Stepney and Bluebell's visit to Sir Topham Hatt's railway was coming to an end, so they wanted to make the last of their time with their friends worth it. Whoa! Ugh. We shall miss you two, and we'll miss you too, Mr. J, said Sir Topham Hatt. Then he turned his attention to all his other engines on Rusty. It was also on a flatbed. He decided to come as well. My railway is very busy, and you've all worked very hard, but you need help. So that's why a tank engine is more than available. So please be sure to avoid any cruelness and disturbances. What does that mean? Said Duck. It means, said James, that this tank engine is rude, annoying. It means, said James, that this tank engine is rude, difficult, conceited, and straight up annoying. And he was. The tank engine surveyed the yards. Not bad for a heritage railway, he said, as the engines glared. Apparently it was a green saddle tank engine with the number 87. No offense, but when your controller told me that I would be going to Sodor to work here, he didn't tell me that this place would be a heritage railway. Also, you should all be ashamed. Besides, you're all just a disgrace, a huge disgrace, for working on this disgraceful railway. The engines were furious, especially. And what is that over there? Is that a red car trying to be a train? Wow, how stupid. And by the way, name's Ricky, losers. Now I'm out of here. He chuckled as he raced away. Even Sir Topham Hatt was surprised of Ricky's behavior. The next morning, the engines held a meeting at the yard. It's too disgraceful, disgusting, and despicable, said James. Agree, said Toby. We need to teach him a lesson. But how and when, said Mavis. We'll think of something soon, said Edward. Yeah, said Percy. There's gonna be some way we could, though, said Thomas. Then Ricky raced in again just to make a cheeky remark to Rusty. Oh, and why is this tiny orange diesel here? Shouldn't you be back on the narrow gauge railway, small fry? He chuckled as he raced away. Now he's got me angry, said Rusty. We definitely need to pay him out. And their chance came soon enough. The next day, Ricky arrived to collect his coaches. Look at me, suckers! Now I'll show you something, he said as he rode proudly towards the coaches. Then it happened. 1 minute he was on the tracks, while next one of Toby's cars that he was shunting derailed and pushed him off the tracks. Whoa! He cried. Watch it, you clumsy tram! He said as Toby slid off the rails and back onto the other line. Well, sorry, said Toby, but it should also serve you right for being rude to us. I quite agree, said Sir Topham Hatt, with Mr. J coming in Winston. You should be ashamed of yourself, Ricky, and I'll have more words later. But now, someone is gonna have to take the coaches. Duck, you wouldn't mind taking them, would you? Of course not, sir, said Duck. Stepney, Bluebell, will you help as well? Thank you, sir, said Stepney. Besides, we'd like a nice long run on our last day, said Bluebell. Take it in a few hours, said Sir Topham Hatt. And in a few hours, everyone left. James will take over from halfway, but in the meantime, get the train there on time. Don't worry, sir, said the engines. We'll get there, and be early, too. And with a peep of all three of their whistles, the Bluebell Triple Header rolled smoothly away and onto the open line. Now for a sprint, said Stepney. I agree, said Bluebell. And I'm ready when you two are, said Duck, called Duck. Soon they were racing through Edward Station. Hello, you two. Hello, you three, called Edward as they raced by. And next, they charged over Gordon's Hill. They felt the drag of the heavy coaches beginning to weigh them down, but they didn't give up. Finally, they made it over the hill safely and happily. James and Winston were waiting there when the engines came in. Hello, called James. You're early. That's one of the headlamps for that small fry Ricky. Mavis, said Bluebell, says that he's sick his boiler and is sulking at the yard. Serves him right for saying we're out of date, said James. Goodbye. And as soon as James was hooked on, he chortled. And as soon as Winston was out of the way, and as soon as James was hooked on, he chortled away. Finally, the day came when it was time to say goodbye to Stepney, Bluebell, and Mr. J. When the afternoon came, the two engines and their coaches were given a new coat of paint and a washdown. And a new coat of paint, and their coaches, and both them and their coaches shined. Come back and see us soon, called the engines. And you're always welcome on our Bluebell Railway, aren't they, Bluebell? Said Stepney. They are, said Bluebell. And what about Ricky? Oh, he's over here between me and Toby, said James. Oh, Okay, said Stepney. Well, goodbye, everyone, they called, and with two whistles, and with a peep peep of both their whistles, peep peep, peep peep, the two engines puffed away.